Hey guys, this video is going to go on our Wheels in Japan playlist. It might be of use to people who are considering driving in Japan, intending to drive in Japan. Also, it might just be of interest to other people too, who haven't seen this before. But because most of the streets and roads in Japan are quite narrow and parking is always a bit of an issue, this is very, very common. Cars will just stop, put the hazard lights on, and everybody will politely go around them. These guys here are actually on main roads. Pretty well every vehicle in this video is actually illegally parked. This is a main road. This is too. Big truck just stopped there with the driver sitting there on his smartphone. Another one there in a narrow road. This is a classic. Look at this one. Every vehicle along here shouldn't be there. And this is a two-way road, so we're actually on the wrong side of the road now. We've had to go onto the wrong side of the road to get past all these vehicles. Which means if a vehicle comes the other way, we have to sort of tuck in and wait until it's gone past before we can continue our journey on. So this is really common. It's really, really common. A couple of things about it that are sort of interesting is, one is that nobody abuses any of these people. Everybody sort of accepts that this is normal. Again, this is a 4-lane road here, 2 lanes each way. And this guy's just stopped. He's pulled his curtains around, truck driver, pulled his curtains around and he's gone to sleep. Having a little doze there. There we go. You comfy there? That's good. Excellent. Great. That's good. So, quite common. Quite common. And because people accept that it's normal, that they consider this to be normal. So, nobody abuses them. You know, in some countries, if you parked illegally like that, forcing people to either wait while someone else coming past or to go onto the wrong side of the road. If you did that in some countries, people would be blowing horns at you and abusing you, but they don't do that here. You rarely hear that. You might hear it maybe in a big city like Tokyo. Tokyo, you do get horn blowing people, often taxi drivers, but the rest of Japan, usually not. So everybody just patiently waits. If they have to wait to get round somebody, they'll patiently wait. Patiently, quietly go around them and not complain, not make any noise, not blow any horns, not raise any fingers. Perfectly normal. And the police seem to turn a blind eye to it because they sort of accept that it's normal as well. So here's a good example. This guy's got to wait while we come past because this guy's just parked there. It's interesting that people are fairly defensive. People and companies are pretty defensive about private parking or parking in privately owned property or company owned property. So people hesitate to do that. They don't want to park on someone's driveway. They don't want to park in a company car park or a shop car park that they're not supposed to be parked in. And the owners, so the drivers themselves are a bit careful about that, and also the owners of properties. We showed you the magic chain before, and that's a classic example of that. People are really protective of their space. Here's an interesting one. This guy's parked out on the street where he's not supposed to be, and when you come around the corner here, there's a huge car park right here that's empty, or pretty well empty, look. So he could have just driven in there and parked in the car park, but he's parked out on the street next to the no parking sign. Another one. This guy's on his smartphone as well. Just sitting there on his smartphone on a major road. That was a really busy road. So it's sort of interesting because we've showed you before that Japanese people are really law-abiding people, and you guys have probably all heard that too. And Japanese people are really law-abiding people. But when it comes to some things like this, because everybody does it, even though it is against the law, because everybody does it, and everybody does it. That's the thinking. Is, oh, well, everybody does it, it's normal because everybody does it. So it's the same. We showed you videos before, people going through red lights and kids standing on the seats in cars and things. And it is against the law, and the police can write you a ticket. And if you're intending to drive in Japan, you should be aware of that parking like this could attract attention that you don't want. It could result in a penalty, or it could result in you getting questioned or getting problems with the police. So it's not a good idea to do it. But if you do drive in Japan, you're going to see it every day. And best to be patient too, because nobody's going to get it if you start blowing your horn and raising fingers at somebody because they've blocked the road. Like this guy, here's a classic. He's actually parked on the road. We can't get past. We're in a K car. We're in the smallest car available in Japan, and we can't get past. Nobody can get past him. That's the end of it. And he's nowhere to be seen. He's locked the car and he's left in this little side street. So just to illustrate what we were saying before, here's a police car going past an illegally parked car. There he is. There's the illegally parked car on the left. Just continues on. Because it's so normal. If they spent their day writing tickets for that, they'd be writing all the time. And here's another thing you'll see as well. Here's an illegally parked police car who's pulled over someone for going through a stop sign. There's a stop sign just around the corner, and they stake it out, and they stop cars right there, which means we have to then go around them. So they're doing exactly the same thing. Anyway, hopefully someone found that interesting. More videos coming soon.